I've been posting videos discussing the history of the US, explaining what they don't teach you in history class and the reality of how this country is being managed and what needs to change. I know this because I'm actually experiencing it as I've had to navigate through every state and federal governmental branch. So I can confidently say what you think you know, you truly have no idea. And I didn't either because I've never had to. I never thought I would be submitting a petition to the Supreme Court. That was until I rented a place from a wealthy landlord that believed she was above the law, and I was betrayed by the promise our Constitution gives us by those sworn to protect it. This led me to discover that I wasn't the only one. I do want to make it clear that this isn't political for me. I'm not trying to influence or convince you to pick a side because I don't have one. But what I am doing is posting to bring awareness because I want you to ask yourself if what you believe is the actual truth. Americans love to think that we are independent thinkers based in free will and that we've arrived at our beliefs independently without realizing that most beliefs are engineered through repetition, emotional priming, and identity alignment. Marketing is commodified attention based on psychology and algorithms optimized for engagement, not truth. Everyone gets their own customized version of reality, which destroys any shared truth while keeping us feeling independent. Real individualism requires cognitive autonomy, the ability to examine not just what you believe, but why and how you came to believe it. That's why it's important to engage with others that are different from you and experience other ways of life. But those in control don't want you to do that, so they drive fear to keep us divided. That's the foundation our government is built on. But because I do question why, how, and what the I've been able to navigate my case all by myself from small claims court up to the Supreme Court of the United States. But the journey honestly has been traumatic. I've watched how the courts treat people they don't consider part of the legal group. I've experienced a complete disregard for the rule of law and discovered a system that works nothing like how it's presented to us. For 7 months, I've been fighting just to get the names of judges who issued 8 unconstitutional orders in the North Carolina Court of Appeals, and the federal court is protecting them. So I went to the Fourth Circuit asking them to order the lower court to release those names through something called a writ of mandamus. Again, I got denied. I cannot find any other case in the federal court where judicial anonymity has been allowed because it violates the core principle of justice. But that questioning has allowed me to discover that since 2000, the Fourth Circuit has denied over 1,100 pro se petitions based on the requirements that isn't even legally required or rejecting them without full analysis, compared to only 111 cases across all other circuits combined. That's not equal access to justice. That's targeting a group because they can't afford an attorney. But even then, I have less than a 1% chance that they're actually going to do anything about it because I filed pro se. But I still did it because I want something done about it. If this can happen to me, then it can happen to anyone. That's why I've asked you guys to like, share, follow. So give you updates as it progresses and we'll see what happens next.